Hello, hello. Hello, hello. What's everyone up to today? Thanks for coming out. Hope you guys are doing awesome. I appreciate everybody. Doing the last couple of things to get this stream ready to rock and roll, and then we should be good to go after that, so. So we are almost done. Give me just a second. I gotta add one thing here. Alright, so I think that should be pretty good right here, like that. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. I just want to make sure that's set up properly and ready to go. Alright. Alright, I think we're good. I think we are good. Let me go ahead and hit the little thing that says live. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Alright. Alright, we are ready to rock it and roll it with the live stream. Perfect. I see Miguel. What's up, my man? How's your day going? Awesome to see ya. Alright. We need to go activate our wild card. I see Vince. I see Melon. I see Ryan. I see Max. What's up, Max? Let me hit the claim button. Perfect. Good stuff. Alright. Wild card is activated. So, bam. There we go. There we have it. Ah, crap. 1 second. I just need to tell my crew that we've started the card, and then we will be ready to rock and roll. Alright. Where is it? Where is it? X out Outlaws. 70. Activated. Ba-bam. Alright. There we go. So we're going to pick a car and we're going to go live race. I think we're going to grab a Bentley. Hey man, what happened to my car? My 911 GT RS is messed. Look at that. Somebody broke my car. Holy crap, holy. That's not good. Alright, let's find our Bentley. The only good Bentley in the game as far as live racing. Here it is. Continental GT3. Love this thing. This is a really cool car. Ryan Wilson, hello, hello. Nice to see ya. Hopefully I still have the setup for live racing. 9.9. It's in the 9.10 lobby. This is in the 9.10 lobby. Let me make sure I got it set up properly. Hold on a second. I don't remember it being that fast. Upgrades. I might not have it upgraded properly. Let me look. No, it's not. You know what? I'll pick something else because that's not set up for live racing. William D, what's up, man? I'll mess with that later. I must have used it for something else recently. You know what? You know what we're going to do today? We're going to get out the sleeper car. We're going to grab the sleeper that everybody underestimates. Alright, we're grabbing our Juke. Is there a 9.10 lobby? I don't think so. Alright. I don't think there is. Alright, I'm on the wrong thing. Alright, so we got this fit to stage 4 parts perfect. That's exactly what we want. All stage 4 parts on the Juke. The Juke is amazing, right? I'm not sure what lobby we're going to be in, but this should give us a pretty good idea. I think we're set for a good lobby. Hey Mario, what's up, buddy? So we got a 13.2 on this thing. The Juke is amazing. I know this might be a little slow, but Juke on stage 4 wins almost all live races. I don't think that's the lobby we're going to be in, but let's try it. William D says the Escort is the best sleeper. Yeah, this thing and the Escort are both crazy, crazy good. Ryan drove a Juke in real life. Now, it wasn't the one with the GTR engine, was it? My neighbors have a Juke. It's not the GTR version, but interesting little car. Alright, we'll try and get a good idea of what lobby we're in. Good bots. Bots are a good way to figure out your lobby, because they normally run about a second slower than your lobby time. So this should give us a really good idea of what lobby we're actually in. Oh, it was a turbo? Nice. That would be fun. I don't know if my neighbor's is a turbo or not. I never thought about it or asked about it, but no! I lost. I lost. So 14-2. So that might, yeah, I'm probably in the 13-2 lobby, guys. 13-2 should be about right. That was a really bad thing that just happened there. Really bad. Alright, let's race this Lamborghini. That's an interesting color for the Lambo. I don't know if I like it. Mr. Lamborghini, hey, hey, hey. Lamborghini all day. Don't ask. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Prepare to get beat, sir. I gotta get used to the shift pattern on this car again, but this is just a great little car. This car will win almost all live races. I don't know why. I mean, technically, it's weird, but it's really good. Now, that guy ran a 13.6. He was really slow. William D says, Pee-wee revenge. Nah, 9.10 and 9.1 are different. 9.10 would probably be the 10-second lobby, actually. Mario says it's nice to let a bot win every once in a while. Yeah, you know, they're probably sad because they don't win very much. That bot was probably really happy. I mean, you never know. He probably has a big old smile on his face right now. He's probably like, oh my god, I won something. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh man, my opponent has appeared to have disconnected, so... Well... Alright, I got the win for that one. Max says, too many cars are faster with very little upgrades. There's a lot of tier 4s. A lot of tier 4 cars can get into the 13 and 14 second lobbies, I've noticed. So you kind of got to pick a tier 4 car, I think. Tier 4 car. Just curious, do I sound much different than normal today? I took some of those little sound treatment squares and put them behind me. William D says less nasal than normal. Like, recording in a good room is really important. Max, what's a down tune, my friend? Max said something is a down tune. Oh, the LFA. He got it in there somehow. And I kicked his buttocks. Haha. Max, what is the win-win cheat? I've never heard of that one yet. Ah, crap. We got Melon in the tusk. Melon's got the tusk, guys. But it's actually amazing how a little bit of sound treatment can make your microphone sound a lot better or a lot different. Because when you talk, your voice, man, it goes up, down, left, right. It goes every which direction, and it bounces off all of the hard surfaces in your room. And then all those reflections bounce back into the microphone. So if you get a little sound treatment to block the reflections bouncing around, it should improve things big time. Huh. Kind of sucks when people find glitches and stuff like that. I really wish people wouldn't do that, honestly. That drives me nuts. So if you guys are having let me know if you guys are having a hard time finding a car. I can always change to something a little faster. What's the best tier 5 car to use for Tempest 1? There's no such thing as a best car, so... When it comes to Tempest, I would say 98% of the tier 5 cars are going to be capable of beating Tempest 1, Tempest 2, and Tempest 3. So the one that you have enough parts to make fast enough is really the answer to that. There's no really best car, but you're going to get a bunch of Elite Tuners cars for free. Right, so once you get into the Elite Tuners events, you can take one of those Elite Tuner cars, wait till you get that fast enough, and then run the events, because those are great cars. Most of the Elite Tuner cars, not all of them, are actually really good. Max said he won as well. Interesting. I wonder how people figure these things out. If you know, don't tell us, because we don't need people cheating. We don't like cheaters around here. No thank you to the cheaters, that's for sure. Save the cheetahs for the jungle. If you get my drift there. Keep the cheetahs out in the wild. So, yeah. Yeah, look, he says win-win right there. Karma win-win. Interesting. Interesting. Mario says Jack Roush Mustang is best tier 4 in my opinion. Crazy RP as well. Mario, what makes the RP crazy, man? Why is it crazy? Why are you labeling the RP as crazy? That RP might just be offended by that statement, I tell you. It might be very offended. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. It could be, though. I'm just saying. Alright, this is going to be a good race here. What's up? We got Miguel Carlio. What's up, buddy? How are you doing today? So we got 2 Miguels today. Alright, can I win? I bet I can. Can you? Yeah, I got it. I got it. Bad Daddy-O, what's going on, my friend? See, it's showing them offline. Why does this keep happening? Is anybody else having a problem where the game is constantly going offline? Are you guys having that issue as well, or is it just me? Because I don't like it. The worst part is when that happens, you might lose your progress or lose some of your RP or the game cash you earn. I'm not really sure, but yeah, if you guys are having a hard time finding me, I can definitely change to a faster car. But lately, I've been having a big problem where it's telling me that I'm offline. I don't know why that's happening. But yeah, let me know if you want me to change to a faster car. Alright, there we go. Shapeshifter. William D says, bad connection here all the time. William D, that's very bad. Bad connection is very bad. Oh yeah, I think I won this one. But bam! Wait a second. He's got a little more top speed. Holy crap, holy. This is a race. Yeah, no, that's a what? Dude! Oh man, I wanted to know who was going to win. That was the most perfect race ever, and then he slowed down. Ah. I really wanted to know who was going to win that one. 3, 2, 1, go. That was so close, man. We were like neck and neck right there. Alright, so Melon wants me to switch to a different car. Alright, Warren wants to know what RP and PP is. Alright, so if you want to know what a PP is... Alright, a PP... Let me tell you all about a PP. That sounds so horrible. You might have a low PP... or a high PP on your car. Performance points. It sounds so awful. They should have named that something different. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on a second. Performance points. And RP, which doesn't sound weird at all, is respect points, right? So RP and PP. All right. YouTube's gonna demonetize me for this one. I don't remember whose turn it is to win. I hope it's mine, because I'm winning. Alright, Miguel Kilio says, any of the cars on sale right now worth the penny? I don't know what cars you have for sale, honestly. Odom says, keep it together, man. Alright, hold on. I need to get some more fuel. Alright, so Francisco, are you asking what is the fastest car in the game? Is that what you're asking? Ah, the Patriarch and the Galaxy. I'll tell you what, those are both really nice cars. I mean, they're both good live racing cars. I mean, they're really good, in my opinion. Which one's better? I don't know. I kind of think the Galaxy is a killer car, but they're both really good. Odom, what's up, man? Alright, so I just made a video recently about all the fastest cars in the game. I did like the top 10 or top 20 fastest Golden Star cars, and I did the top 10 fastest Purple Star cars. But the very fastest car right now is the Honda Indy truck. William D says, I run when I have to pee-pee. Max the Gamer, I'm not going to repeat that one. I'm not going to repeat what Max the Gamer said. That was nasty, Max. That was nasty. Hey, Goku Vegeta, what's up, buddy? How's your day? Miguel said, it seems like I will like the Galaxy drivability more for what I see in your videos. Yeah, you know, I mean, some cars drive different than others, and some cars are great to drive, and some are a pain in the butt to drive, so it's nice to have a car with a nice, easy, basic shift pattern, right? The Galaxy is a cool car. I like the Galaxy. I mean, that's actually a really good car. Dark Aura, you're a shapeshifter? Awesome, my man. Look, this guy got a Supra down into the slow lobby. In a minute, I think we'll change cars. Good swap, Stark. The nice thing about this, though, is you win almost every race. I mean, you might lose one here or there, but it's so easy to win with this car. Max says your PP is directly reflective of your level of parts and upgrades, whereas the Evo is more reflective of the amount of performance at a given level of upgrade or PP level. Alright, Anonymous says, I opened 12 silver crates and no Bentley. Unfortunately, you gotta open 15 to guarantee that you get it. Some seasons it pops out on try 1, some seasons it pops out on try 5, Some seasons it pops out on unlucky number 15. You know what? They say 13 is unlucky, but we're going to change it to the number 15 being unlucky. Thanks to Donna. Here, I'll pick a faster car, guys. I'll pick a faster car. Oh, there's Odom. Let me swap with it. I don't think it's going to work, Odom. Let me try and challenge you, maybe. See if I can get you. It seems we're having connection issues here. Ah, there we go. That worked. Alright, he's in the Himikuda. With some orange rims. I kind of like those rims. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Ba-bam. Bam. Oh, yeah, we got him. Miguel Colio says, William, you're talking to me or the other Miguel? Yeah, that's going to get confusing. Okay, so we got Miguel C, and then we got Weird Miguel. How about that? Weird Miguel. Miguel / Weird Mix. Miguel Weird Mix, man. How did you come up with the name Weird Mix? I'm just curious. Definitely curious to know how you came up with that name. Never asked, but I've always wondered that. If I did ask, which I may have in the past, I've already forgotten, so. William D says, hit the like button. I agree with the William D statement. Autumn. Thanks, buddy. 100 wants to know, how often do I spend real money in CSR2 racing? Not very, right? When there's a car that I really want and they're like, hey, we're selling this car for 20 bucks, I'll buy it. But I average about $100 per year on this game, so. That's about all I spend. The average YouTube video that gets 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views might make somewhere between $2 and $10. So we don't make the kind of money people think, right? Somebody was going on, oh, you got 50,000 subscribers, you have all the money in the world. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. I wish it worked. I wish they paid us per subscribers. That'd be wonderful. Here, let's go grab the... What car do we want to drive today? I gotta find something that's still set up for live racing. Alright, we'll pick something else because I think that last one was just too slow for a lot of you guys and girls. I haven't driven the CC850 in a while. Let's go for the 850. Let's see what the dyno is on this. My dream car in real life. Oh man, I'm offline. So I would love to have, like, you'll probably think I'm crazy, but like a 1989 Honda Civic hatchback, but all souped up. 11.4, guys. We're in the 11.4 lobby now. I don't know. A lot of people want supercars. I like tuners. I love tuners. That or a Toyota Supra. If you would give me the Fast and Furious car, but take some of the, you know, liveries off of it, I would like it. So Mark IV Supra or a Civic hatchback. Now, if I had a Mark IV Supra, I wouldn't care if it had any upgrades or performance parts on it. That would just be cool to have. Even a stock one would be sweet. Dark says, my dream car is the Ferrari F50. Yeah, F50s are cool. I can't imagine, though, I mean, it's not something I would drive everywhere. If you had an F50, the amount of insurance it would cost, and you'd be scared to death that somebody would, like, key the car. Personally, I want a car that I'm actually going to drive, if you know what I mean. If I don't drive it, what's the point? I would also be very happy with a Porsche 911 of some sort. I love 911s. Man, hello. He says, my GR Super Elite Tuner is stuck at level because I don't have enough blue parts. What should I do to get them? So, run a lot of Showdown races or bust out your wallet and buy them. Those are pretty much your two options at this point. I did make a video on several different ways to get those, but the main thing is Elite Tuners events and Showdown races. Those are the main two ways to get them. The Elite Tuner, or the Showdowns, give out a lot of blue and a lot of pink ones. Not pink, I'm sorry. Blue and green. The pink ones and the yellow ones take forever to get, but if you run a lot of Showdowns, you'll gain lots of blue and lots of green. Alright, guy with a name, it's like a circle and a square. Hello. He says, CSR1 introduced me into racing games. I've always loved racing games. I don't know why. I've never been like a huge gamer, but I've always loved racing video games, right? Now, back in the day, I used to play, I remember like I got a PlayStation, Nintendo. I mean, I've always liked games. But once I got into like PC gaming, I was mainly a race car game guy. Now on the consoles, I played like the Tekken games. I played a lot of race car games on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Remember back in the day, I played Mario Brothers and Ninja Turtles and stuff on Nintendo. But 100 says, I love old rally games. I've never played a whole lot of rally games, honestly. I've played a few. There's a game for your phone called Rush Rally 3. I think it's like $6 to buy the game. That is such a good rally game. Like, it's amazingly good. Someday I should live stream that on this channel. It's a really cool game. I probably could. Mr. Texas, is it good to finish Legends and start Tempest? Is it good to finish Legends and start Tempest? I mean, you can kind of do whatever you want. There's no real, like, rule book. Now, the thing to remind yourself about Tempest is most of the boss cars suck, so don't be in any hurry to finish Tempest. Don't be in any hurry whatsoever to finish Tempest. Just kind of do it at your own pace, right? When you got cars fast enough, go for it, but you have as long as you want to do Legends, and you have as long as you want to do Tempest, so I personally wouldn't be in a big hurry to do either one. But you kind of just want to do those at your own pace, right? If you're currently working on Legends, by all means, you know, finish it. And then when you're done, you know, you can work on whatever you want. But personally, I really say focus on some of the Elite Tuners cars, because some of those Elite Tuners cars are amazing and you get a bunch of them for free, so. Yeah, definitely want to upgrade some of the good Elite Tuners cars. I mean, some of those are just really, really, really nice. Best cars you're ever going to get for free, honestly. Some of the Tier 1 Tempest cars are pretty fun. There's a couple of, I don't know, I do like the Sesto Elemento. It's not a great car, but I do like it. I like the little, you know, Tier 1 Civic on Tempest. I like the... What else do I like from Tempest? I don't like most of those cars, honestly. Most of them kind of suck. Max says you need to run that car to set the lobby. Yeah, I haven't been paying much attention to where I'm even at. What do you mean by run it to set the lobby, Max? Alright, that guy beat me right there. 100 says, do you have any rally championships in the USA? I don't know. I'm really not sure, honestly. So yeah, my car we should be in the 11-4 lobby, honestly. We should be in 11-4. Alright, Jamie wants to know, is the Veyron World Record Edition good? Well, not really. It's an okay car overall. It doesn't really do anything special. There's nothing about it that stands out. And it doesn't really seem to be a car that's going to do much for live racing, so... It's not something I would personally upgrade unless I really needed the car for something. But, I mean, if they do run any kind of rally racing events here in the United States, I really don't know. Sometimes if I see like a rally thing on YouTube or something, I'll watch it, but yeah, I don't really know. I don't know where they hold those events. I like rally stuff. If I could be any type of a professional driver, I'd want to drive rally cars. Rally cars are awesome. That would be the best. Oh, Max, I see what you're saying. Well, I should be 12-4, though. That's the thing. I should be in the 12-4 lobby. Texas, do you know about the Tokyo Extreme series? Tech, is that a game? I don't know what you're referring to, actually. William D says, if I drive professional, I drive a taxi. I was a professional delivery truck driver for a while. I'll tell you what, driving a delivery truck for FedEx is a rough job. At least for FedEx here. I don't know about the ground guys. The ground guys buy their own trucks, they buy their own routes, and they're pretty much their own boss. But I worked for FedEx Express, which was the airmail division, and you know, FedEx owned the trucks, and basically there was like, hey man, you need to get these packages delivered by this time. You got this amount of time for each stop, yada yada yada. They don't even give you time to stop at a freaking red light. It's horrible. That was a freaking stressful job, man. They're like, oh, it should take you this long to pull into the parking lot, walk into the building, get a signature with your delivery, and walk back out. That's not how it works, man. You walk into the building, you go up to the front counter, nobody's there. And then when you finally find somebody, they're like, oh, hey, FedEx guy, how's your day going? Then they try and talk to you for 45 years, and you're trying to get away from them. You start to walk away. I'm like, okay, I got to go. See you later. And they're like, hey, wait. Guess what I had for breakfast? You're like, oh, my God. And then you finally get back to your truck, and you're on your way to the next stop, and there's a dang traffic jam, and you're like, oh my God. They don't give you time for any of that kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you what, being a delivery driver for FedEx was a cool job, but man, it was rough. It was rough. They would time them loading their trucks. I think they really wanted you to do it in a specific amount of time. Now, for me, when I had to load my truck for deliveries, I sucked at it, man. As a dyslexic guy that doesn't read stuff right, it would take me twice as long as everybody else. And they would always yell at me, like, they're like, you gotta get out. I'm like, dude, I'm dyslexic. You give me, you know, I don't think they understood, unfortunately, but they would yell at me almost every day for taking twice as long to load the truck as everybody else. I'm like, dude, I got a disability. Like, this is scheduled, or this is considered a full-blown disability, being dyslexic. I can't do math. I can't put stuff in alphabetical order. You give me 500 packages and I got to put them in stop order. That takes me all freaking day. They didn't like it, but it was what it is. Melon, good swaps, man. William D says, FedEx is like working for Domino's, but with a large, slow truck. Like, if they didn't really push you to the limit, FedEx would have been a cool job. But let's just say on my deliveries, we had our first overnight, we had our priority overnight, yada, yada, yada. So I think the first set of packages had to be delivered by like 9 a.m. You were lucky to have your last package delivered 2 minutes before 9 a.m. And then you started on your priority overnight, which had to be delivered by noon. 2-3 minutes before noon, you were lucky to be done with that set of deliveries. I mean, they push you to the max limit. You're running behind the entire day. You're fighting the clock. It's crazy. So if you ever see like a FedEx driver or a UPS driver who gets out of the truck and runs to your door and then runs back to the truck, that's because they're busting those guys' butts and they're behind all day long. If they would have gave you just, 2 or 3 more extra minutes per stop, basically, it wouldn't have been a bad job, but that gives you no room for like error or anything. Now the ground guys that own their own route, I'm sure they can kind of just do their thing and, you know, they can probably take as long as they want to get those things delivered. Kevin says, how long you been playing CSR? Probably about, I don't know, 7 to 8 years. I don't know the actual date I started, but the game was out for about a year when I started playing this, so somewhere in the 7 to 8 year range. What's my top racing game for PlayStation 2? It was definitely the Gran Turismos. I can't remember if it was Gran Turismo 2 or Gran Turismo 3, but I loved 1, 2, and 3. Those were all super awesome. I did really prefer Gran Turismo 1 because it was more like an arcade game. You could slide the trucks around corners and do, or not the trucks, but the cars. I would take the Viper in Gran Turismo 1 and I would drift it around the whole track. I mean, it was so fun, but eventually they started getting more like a simulation type of game than an arcade game, but I used to love the original Gran Turismos. Wait, Melon says the Julia GTAM is a good car. Is it? Is it really? I don't really remember much about that car. I kind of thought it was going to be a crapper, though. Need for Speed World? I haven't played that one, Bad Daddy-O. What? William D says a very low percentage shows to work with the government people? I don't know, but I think I worked at FedEx for like 7 or 8 years. Something like that. One of the coolest things I ever did for FedEx, though, is I worked at an airport for a while before I was driving the trucks. And I got to drive those little tractors around and pull freight so they could load it on the airplanes. That was fun, but 90% of the employees at FedEx are part-time, working somewhere between 4 and 6 hours a day. But most of, for FedEx Express at least, almost all of the employees are part-time, except for like management. Like the management was full-time, the customer service agents were full-time. Most of the drivers are part-time. Like when I was a part-time driver, it was you weren't allowed to work more than 6 hours a day. It's really hard. I mean, there was guys out there that had been working there 6-7 years, still waiting to get a full-time driving gig because almost all of the routes were part-time. FedEx is kind of a crazy place, but the one thing nice about FedEx, though, if you want a part-time job, you only had to work 17 hours a week to get the same benefits as the full-time employees. So if you're looking for a part-time job with good benefits, get a job at FedEx. I mean, you can work 4 hours a day. You can work 4 hours a day and get full-time benefits, health insurance. I mean, you get the whole shebang. That was the nice thing about FedEx. I just don't understand why most of the positions are full-time. I mean, part-time, when they're giving you the same benefits as the full-time people. So that never made sense, but William says UPS doesn't give benefits. I don't know, but they do pay more than FedEx. Like if somebody gets a job at FedEx or UPS, the UPS guys generally make $2 or $3 more an hour than the FedEx guys, or at least that's how it was back when I was working there. William D says, Philly Hub gives UPS people nothing. Huh. That's surprising. I always thought the part-time UPS guys did pretty well, but then again, I don't really know. Most of the UPS employees that I know personally were all drivers. But I don't know what the part-time warehouse guys get or anything like that. I remember talking to one or two people in the past that used to work for them, and they said it was a good gig, so. I don't know. Hey, JC, how are you doing today? Yeah, next season's Prestige Cup car is not going to be very good, unfortunately. The good news is I've already got the car, and I think it's already maxed out, so I don't have to put any resources into that car, and I don't have to spend any keys to get that car, so I'm not complaining, only because of those two reasons. Now, if I had to put resources into that, I would be angry. If I had to use my keys for that, I would be angry. I would be very angry. I wouldn't like it very much, but all right, we got the gas filled up. GT1 in my to play games section. Oh, it was so fun. It was very different. Gran Turismo 1 was way different than the others. It wasn't like a simulation type of game whatsoever. It was just like an arcade racing game. It was just really fun. But yeah, the Dodge Viper was the best car you could get because it would drift. You could drift it through the whole track and it would run faster than everything else once you could figure out how to drift it around all the corners. Drifting didn't slow you down. It made you go faster in that game, so it was awesome. Wait, JC says, am I the only one that doesn't like when they put good cars as PC? He says, literally everybody uses it in live and it ruins the lobbies. Well, all you have to do is have another good car, right? That's how I see it. I see what you're saying, but it sucks to get a PC car and then have to spend a whole bunch of resources to upgrade it. I hate upgrading horrible cars. I mean, some people don't mind, but me, I can't stand it. The last thing I want to do is upgrade some sort of turd taco for 7 billion game cash. No thank you to the turd tacos. William D says, you gotta yin to the yang. William D, I don't know what that means, man. JC says the Audi RS6 GT gets used as the PC car in a few months, and that's going to break every lobby. So what you can do, right, let's just say you're probably going to notice that those cars will be in specific lobbies a lot more than others. Move to a different lobby, I guess, right? Find out what lobby that's going to run best in, and then go to a different lobby. That's probably the best way to do it. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, when that car is a Prestige Cup car, you're right. You'll probably see a lot of them in live racing. Xavier says, turd tacos. That's nasty. That's nasty. Don't eat the turd tacos. That's a bad idea. Trust me, don't eat the turd tacos, guys. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Yeah, I mean, you are going to see a lot of those. But the good news is normally when a car overruns the live racing lobbies, you'll notice it maybe lasts for 1 or 2 weeks and then those cars die out. Then it goes back to normal. I'm not really sure why, but normally it's only a week or 2 where that car dominates the lobbies. So. William D says, don't eat them turd tacos. Turd tacos, turd tacos. Oh, I should write a song about it. Mr. Tech says, what happened to CSR3? It's not out yet, Mr. Tech. It's supposed to come out sometime this year, but we don't know when. Now, if I search for it on the Google Play Store, right now it shows up, but it says this game is not available in your area. So that probably means it will be coming out very soon. Like when, I don't know, but it will probably be coming out soon. JC says the DBX 707 is going to flood lobbies too eventually. That's only if people figure out it's a good live racing car. That's not the type of car that most people would be like, hey, I bet this is a good live racer. So maybe it won't. Maybe people will underestimate it since it's a SUV. We may not see as many of them because people will be like, oh, an SUV. That sucks. That sucks. I think a lot of people look at the SUVs and just kind of imagine they're going to be terrible. Race void. I was robbed. That's not right. They just robbed me, guys. I was robbed. I do not appreciate it. I am not happy. I am not happy about that at all. Not at all. I'm actually pretty ticked off, man. I did not void a race. I did not leave the race. I finished the race. Jerks. Giant jerks. Good swaps, Melon. Look, there's Mr. Beast. Let's race Mr. Beast. M-Tech says, what do you think about the Back to the Future DeLorean? I would like to get it since it's coming back. I don't know. It's a brand new car. It hasn't been released yet, so I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. I entered the void. I hope the DeLorean's good because I would like to have it if it's good. I got a bad feeling it's going to be in the gold crates for 100 keys. I got a really bad feeling that's how it's going to be. So you're going to have to buy $99 worth of gold keys in order to get that car. If you don't already have the gold keys. Or maybe we'll be lucky and they'll just sell it for the normal $20. I'm hoping they're going to sell it for 20 bucks. If they sell that car for 20 bucks, I will buy it. Now, there is a small chance, right, we could get a Bumblebee in the future. Whoa, what is that? Odin, what are you driving, man? That looks like some sort of crazy monstrosity right there. He tricked me. Odin tricked me about what kind of car he was driving. I've just got a really bad feeling they're going to start putting cars in that $20 crate. I mean, that $100 crate. That's what I call it. That's the new nickname for that gold crate. Gold crate. The $100. I don't know what to call it. The expensive ripoff crate. The $100 turd crate. I don't know. What I'm a little bit worried about is since CSR2 is coming out, they're really going to try and like jack up the earnings on this game. My understanding is they're planning on keeping this running, but what I'm seeing right now is they're gearing up to make more money off of this, which is a little concerning here. We'll see how she goes. I gotta pee. I'm gonna do a couple of swaps with Odom, and then I gotta run to the bathroom. I gots to pee. Oh, I guess it was my turn to win. Okay. Well, thank you. William D says, run ads. Thank you. Thank you. JC says, I feel bad for people who paid money. Honestly, the new game is probably not going to be anything like this. The new game looks like it's going to be a gigantic money grab, and I don't know. I haven't got to try it yet, but from what I've seen, I'm not liking what I see, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a huge money grab. So I think a lot of the CSR2 players are going to stick with this game as long as this game keeps running. We'll find out, though. Alright, so he I don't know what happened, but I'm going to go pee, guys. I'll be right back. I gots to pee. I shall return in just a minute. All right. Alright, I'm back. I have returned. Oh, man. Alright, you guys ready to rock and roll? Let's get back at it. Let me get this thing off of the screen. Starting soon, ending soon. There we go. Alright, back out to the lobby. I might as well get some more gas while I'm in here. We'll fill her on up. Give me more gas, thank you. Alright. Alright. Kenny, what's up, buddy? I'm doing good. How about yourself? Did I get the thing off? Yeah, perfect. Alright, we got KJL. I will say, so far, I'm not having a lot of luck trying to win the prize car from the Showdown with the Super Snake, but we'll see how it goes. It might make it, it might not make it, I don't know. So far, it's not looking good, but hey, we definitely got a chance. Warren, I've been playing CSR a while now. I am looking for a good crew. Warren, how many respect points can you make every season? That's always important, because if you're looking for a good crew, they're going to want to know how much you usually make. Most good crews will have at least a 700,000 respect point minimum, if not more. Some of those crews want you to earn 3 million per season. Some might want you to earn 10 million per season. Some might want you to earn 1 billion. Okay, maybe not, but on average, you know, 650, 700 is a pretty normal. 700 to 800 is pretty normal for a crew that gets the prize car, as far as a minimum. William D says, flawless requires a 500k minimum. Is flawless a milestone prize crew? If so, I'm surprised it's that low, actually. William D says, money grabs is why the game... Yeah, but, you know, they can overdo it. There's a difference between, like, a company out to make money and a company that's, like, overdoing it with the money grabs, right? Like, this particular game, you can play this as a free-to-play player and really enjoy it. You don't have to spend a dime on this game if you don't want to. Now you should, because if you're playing a game, you should buy something at least, you know, you should at least spend a few bucks here and there. But some companies go overboard with the money grabs. And what I'm a little worried that CSR2 is going to go overboard with the money grabs. That's what I'm worried about. Alright, so this whole thing where the servers are having problems is concerning. I wonder, am I losing races? Am I losing respect points? Am I losing game cash? I mean, is it registering the races when that happens or not? That's what I want to know. Lately, I feel like I've been making less money than normal. And I'm wondering if it's because the server is disconnecting constantly. I feel like I'm playing just about as much as I normally do, but I'm not bringing in as much game cash. And it seems like my respect points are lower than normal as well. So my question is that red Wi-Fi symbol causing me to get less game cash and less respect points? I've got a weird feeling that it might not be registering some of the races. I mean, CSR2 definitely has a lot of money grabs, but some games you can't really get anywhere in them if you're not buying stuff. This game you can. That's the nice thing about it. You can do really well in this game if you're patient and not spend a dime. So that's nice. So if you're somebody who, can't, some people can't spend any money, right? Sometimes you got kids, there's no possible way for them to buy anything even if they wanted to. Sometimes you got people who just can't afford it. So it's nice that games like this give you something to do even if you can't spend money or whatever. But some games you can't get anywhere, or you get so far and then you're basically stuck and you realize, oh, if I don't buy this stuff, I'm no longer going to be able to progress and I'm going to be stuck in this specific spot for the next 43 years. And normally games like that, I just stop playing them when I get to the point where I'm like, all right, if I don't buy something, I'm not going to progress any further, so goodbye, game. I don't mind spending money on a game that I'm playing. I can't spend a lot, but if the game is like forcing me to spend money on something, that's when I'm like, no thank you. I don't know if that makes sense, but like War Robots, I play that can be a super expensive game if you let it, but you can also play that as a free-to-play player. A lot of people say, no, you can't. Well, if you're really patient, you get the right stuff, you build it correctly, you play it well, you can have a lot of fun on that game without spending a dime. But a lot of people on that game think you have to have the latest, the greatest, the best of the best. You really don't. You really don't. But people can't seem to get over they have like a mental block that if you don't have the newest thing, I don't know if there's just a lot of players that don't have a lot of skill playing it and they suck too bad to do well with the old stuff, but I can have a lot of fun with the old stuff in that game. Like, I love playing some of the old stuff in that game. Not all the old stuff is good, but a lot of it is. You just have to have the right thing is all. But you don't necessarily have to have the best of the best. So I don't know. I mean, games like that are great because you can play them without spending any money. Now, of course, if you do spend money, you're going to have a lot more fun. You're going to have better stuff. You're going to have just like this game, I mean, there's a lot of really cool cars you're not going to ever get if you're not spending money. So you're going to miss out on some cool stuff if you don't buy things, but you don't have to is the point, right? It's not one of those games where you get so far and that's it. Like, I used to play a game called Archero. It's just a little funny, goofy game, and it got to the point where I couldn't progress any further. And I'm pretty sure I would, I mean, maybe if I played it for the next 3 years, I'd be able to progress like that much more, but, Melon, thanks, buddy. I'm sorry. I was just chatting and just driving on autopilot there. All right, Kenny says the new Ford Mustang shall be super. Wait, I read that all wrong. He says one of the upcoming updates will have a new version of the Ford Shelby Super Snake Mustang. I can't read. My God. Yeah, the LB Maserati sucks. None of us are very happy about that. But if they're bringing out a new Shelby Super Snake, I hope it's good. I hope it's really good. Jeremy says, which one should I aim for? Which car? Jeremy, for what? What are you trying to do with it? Is there a specific thing you're trying to do, or? There's 1,500 cars in this game, right? I mean, there's very few that you can actually buy with game cash, and most of those are basic starter cars. Most of the cars you can buy with gold are lousy. But I mean, once you get to the Elite Tuners events, they're going to give you some really nice free cars. So what are you trying to do exactly? I mean, that's the thing. Like, different cars are good for different things. So you want to try and get cars that are going to work for whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in the game. For example, some cars are really good at live racing, some cars aren't. Some cars have great top speed, some cars have good acceleration, some cars cross the finish line quickly, some cars beat the dyno. I mean, there's a lot of different things that can make cars good or bad, so you kind of want to go for cars that are going to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do in the game. But you want to be very stingy with your resources and only spend them on stuff when you need to. Now, I mean, if you go to my YouTube channel and you scroll down, you'll find my playlist. I mean, they cover just about everything in the game. There's guides, there's tips, there's tutorials. But saving resources is very important, or you're always going to be broke, but William D says, we all want to help. It's all about the community. All right. Tier 4 cars from the free race pass can beat Tempest 3. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I think I made a video about that. Whatever tier 4 cars, I think I mentioned whether they could or not. I had to look it up. I mean, I got a really bad memory, so I don't remember offhand, but I think there was something in there that can beat Tempest. But I do think I mentioned it in the video I made where I went over all the car stats and which ones you should get. But I did check the tier 4 cars to see if they were capable of beating Tempest, and I did say whether or not they were in the video, but I can't remember offhand because my memory sucks. But yeah, I wish I had a good memory, guys. I really do. Me and remembering things just don't tend to work. I used to remember so many things. I think it's the autoimmune disease, honestly. I mean, I think that's why my memory has gotten so bad. I could be wrong. Jamie says, I used to play this game years ago with my dad. I just recently downloaded it again. It turns out I still find the game to be much fun. Yeah, it's a really cool game, actually. Welcome back. Hogan Jacks, good game, or good swaps, buddy. But one thing about the game is it is really important to save your silver keys. Like, the best thing I did is I stopped spending my silver keys. And I saved up probably about 3,000 of them, maybe 4,000. I can't remember, a couple thousand. And at that point, every season I was able to easily get the featured car from the silver crate. That was a huge help. Like, that made life so much easier because before I started saving, I was always broke on the keys. But saving up a couple thousand was such a good thing to do. Oh, we beat the Lancer. Goodbye, little Lancer. JC says, the McLaren Artura has low performance point, high EVO, but for some reason does not win live races. My Artura destroys live racing. JC, are you running it faster than the dyno time? If so, there's a pretty good chance that the game pushed you into the wrong lobby. Or it could be it just for some reason doesn't like your current tune. I don't know. My Atura just destroys on live racing. Like it's so good. Like I'm actually amazed how well that car does. I was not expecting it to do anywhere as well as it did, but I bet you pushed it. That's the thing. If you're live racing, you want to get into the, especially if you're doing like the low performance point high evo, you don't want to run it faster than the lobby or the dyno time that you set it up for. If you do, then that kind of ruins the entire thing, unfortunately. But one thing about pulling cars out of crates is 90% of the cars you get out of the crates are going to be terrible. They give you the same terrible cars over and 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 over again. David says that car don't have nitro. I don't know. I'm hitting the button for nitro. I might not have the nitrous upgraded. I kind of feel like this is one of those cars where I only upgraded the transmission and didn't upgrade anything else, or I might have just done the transmission and tires. I mean, when you're doing the low performance point high evo setup, sometimes you don't need to upgrade your nitrous to get the car doing what you want it to be doing. So if the car doesn't have nitrous, it's because it's not upgraded. Like, you don't get nitrous until you hit, I think, stage 2. I think it's stage 2 unlocks. Maybe it's stage 1, but stage 2 allows you to tune the nitrous. Stage 1 probably unlocks it. Oh yeah, I don't have the nitrous upgraded is what's going on here. I still press the button because it's a habit. Whether or not I'm on automatic or manual launch, or whether or not the car has nitrous, I always hit the button no matter what. It's a good habit to get into. All right. What do you mean by 750 season, Kenny? But look, he's saying we're going to have a DBX coming up for a Prestige Cup car. All right, so Kenny somehow figured out what's coming up for the next, 3 years. But yeah, that would be cool to have a... the DBX is a great live racer, so if that's coming up for a Prestige Cup car, that's going to give a lot of people a really nice live racing car. So in a way, that's pretty good. Georgie T has a secret that can make me a bigger streamer. Georgie, are you selling something, my man? Are you going to tell me my SEO is bad and that you can make it better? Because I don't think that's how it really works. Can you earn cars without losing gold keys? I mean, if you open a crate, right? If you open a crate, it's going to take your keys. So You don't have to spend keys to get cars. I mean, the game gives out cars for this, that, and the other thing, but you can't get a free crate without spending your keys. Unless you're using some sort of like weird glitch or hack or something. But the only way to open a gold crate is to spend the gold keys. Alright. Is it worth it to buy tier 1 and tier 2s and scrap them for parts? If you need fusion parts, I mean, sure. I think the low tier cars only give you a couple of parts, but they're pretty cheap to buy. I mean, if you've been playing the game for a while, you could probably buy a load of tier 1 and tier 2 cars to strip. But I mean, one of the easiest way to get parts for like a BMW or something is to buy another BMW and strip it, right? Or if you got a bunch of bronze keys saved up, you can always open crates to get keys, but alright. Do you buy the pack with 35 gold keys for $7? 35 gold keys for $7. I mean, that's not bad. That's not horrible. I mean, normally it's $100 for... I mean, that's going to give you basically one crate opening, right? One or two, depending on which crate you're opening, but... Generally, the only thing I really ever spend money on in this game are actual cars. Like when they're selling a car for $20 and I want that car, I'll buy it. But I never really buy keys. I never buy the resource deals. I kind of think that they're overpriced if you really think about it. So here's the thing. You might spend the $7 to get that, open one or two crates and get two really horrible cars. And then you're going to be like, well, you know, I just spent $7 on nothing. Or maybe you'll be lucky and get something that's nice, but the majority of cars that come out of the crates are junk. That's the problem. Kenny, thanks for the info, my friend. Definitely appreciate that. He says the 911 RWB 964 season is next, after the TS1 GT season, and then after the 911 RWB 946 season is the McLaren 720S. Can you open the crate without losing gold and no hack? Nope. Alright, hold on. I'm just reading the chat here. Should you get it or wait till next season? I mean, it's kind of personal preference what you want to do. I mean, this season's Prestige Cup car sucks. Next season's Prestige Cup car sucks. So my advice is this. Like, if you're in a crew and you need to make the respect points, that's when you want to get those Prestige Cup cars that suck, just so you can run the Prestige Cup. If you're not in the crew and you don't need the points to, you know, help your crew earn the prizes, like if you're a newer player, it's probably not that important to do the Prestige Cup until you're in a good crew. So it's kind of like this, right? The Prestige Cup cars, most of the time, they're lousy. Most of the time, they're lousy. And it's not worth getting it unless you actually need it. So, this Prestige Cup car sucks. Next one sucks. The only reason to get those if you need to run this season's Prestige Cup or if you need to run next season's Prestige Cup. If you don't, save the silver keys. Save up a couple thousand, and then once you either find a really good car or you need the points from the Prestige Cup. That's when you want to start opening those silver crates. So, Georgie, are you using some sort of a game glitch? I mean, the game will ban you for hacking or using glitches. Like, if you're using glitches and the game realizes you're doing it, they'll actually ban your account. So, whatever you're doing is probably some sort of a game glitch. So, you got to be very careful using glitches, because if they realize it, they will ban your account. I don't know what you're trying to make a deal about, but I'm not going to be promoting glitches or anything like that, because a lot of players lose their accounts for using glitches. There's no proper way to do that without using like a glitch or a cheat or something. If you're doing that, you're probably doing something you're not supposed to be doing. Even if it's not a hack, it's probably still not something you should do. Granddad, hello, hello. How's everything going? I hope all has been well. Just Fong says the Pontiac Fiero, I guess found it in my first time. What? What, Mr. Fong? I don't understand. You have that car? I mean, the Fiero with the rocket engine on top is pretty neat. I don't remember if that car is any good or not, but it's a pretty crazy car. So if you got that, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I made a video about it. I don't remember if I liked it or not, but so you got yourself the Huna truck, right? The Hoonigan Indy truck. And what should you do to max it out? So that's awesome, and it sucks at the same time, because unfortunately, there's really only two ways to get parts for that right now, easily. And both of them require you to spend money. So Golden Star cars, you can usually open crates to get parts, but when you're opening parts for a Purple Star car, unfortunately those crates cost real money. Or if you get far enough in the race pass, you can earn a couple of universal parts. So for $10, if you buy the race pass, you can get 2 or 3 universal stage 6 parts. So $10 will get you some parts if you're doing the race pass. Therefore, you can get 2 or 3 of them for $10. It might take you a few times, but unfortunately, it's going to cost some money. Now, occasionally the game might randomly throw you up a stage 6 part here or a stage 6 part there for that car, but it's pretty rare and not that likely to get more than like 1 or 2 of them for free randomly, if any. So it's kind of a pain in the butt trying to get parts. Now, there's a great live racing setup for that truck without putting too many parts into it. You don't need any stage 6. But if you're trying to max it out and make it the fastest car in the game, you're going to have to spend some money to get those parts, unfortunately. Granddad says, oh wow, they're putting so much stuff on the map, you don't have time to finish it. Well, it's not really that you don't have time to finish it. It would just cost a fortune. I mean, if you got a little bit of time, I mean, you could do a little bit every day and finish all that stuff. But the thing is, you got to have the money to put into getting the cars and the parts and everything. So most people can't afford to spend like $200, $300, $400, $500 every time they drop an event. But a lot of those things are rerun events. Those are events that we had in the past and they've brought back. So if you didn't get to finish it the first time, they're bringing it back to give you a chance to finish it again. But I mean, when you're talking 5 or 6 lock-ins at 7 million game cash each, I mean, that's what, like 40, I think it's like 40 million game cash to do one event. And there's like 5 or 6 or 12 of them up at the same time. It would be like hundreds of millions of game cash to do all these events. So it's crazy. You kind of just got to do the stuff you can and skip what you can't, basically. JC says, LOL, next season's car runs 11.7 maxed. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yak, how are you doing today? Do you think it's worth upgrading the RS6 Avant GT for the Showdown as a new player? So the RS6 Avant is a very nice car for a lot of different things. So I think that car is worth upgrading. I mean, that's a really good car for if you set it up. You can live race with that car if you know how to set it up. The only thing it really doesn't have is good acceleration. That's a car that's got, it's good at everything except for the acceleration's a little bit slow. So if you need to do a very fast 0 to 60 or a 0 to 100, that's where that car kind of falls short, I do believe. But it's got nice top speed. It's got good everything other than acceleration. That's one of the problems with Tier 4 cars is most Tier 4 cars will either have good acceleration or good top speed, but not both. But yeah, those RS6s and RS7s are great cars. I mean, the thing is, do you have the parts for it? Can you get the parts for it to upgrade it, right? That's the main question. Because that car is only going to be good if you can get enough parts into it to make it do what you need it to do. Now, if you want to do well in the Showdown, you're going to have that car 100% maxed out. If you want to live race it, you probably don't need a whole lot of parts put into that car. So that's just something to think about before you do upgrade something. I don't buy gold keys at all in this game, Georgie. I've never bought keys or resources. I just save them, and I very rarely spend my gold keys. There's rarely a car in the gold crates that I actually want, so I just save up until there finally is, and then I'll pull it. Am I using Nitro for CSR's account? No, I mean, that's for, those are good for making shift pattern videos on, but you can't play on those accounts. All you can do is test runs and stuff like that. So that's great to show people how to drive a car, but it's not something I can just go in and play on. Like, even if I go out to the map on that event, live racing is not available, the events aren't available. You can't actually do anything on the account other than test runs, basically. But Kenny says you have to build 2 21Cs? What did I miss here? Uh-oh, Kenny says they're going to put a purple 21C in the gold crates. Oh, boy. I don't like this. I don't like this purple star gold crate. I mean, 100 keys to get a car is ridiculous. I don't like this at all, honestly. Yes, unfortunately, if you have a purple star car, the crates will cost real money to open anytime your car has purple stars. Now, sometimes when there's an event, you might have some golden star. I'm sorry. Sometimes when there's an event, you may be able to open some crates for keys, but when the event ends, those go back to paid crates. But yeah, sometimes if the event's running and you get a purple star car, while the event for that car is going, you have key crates. But as soon as the event ends, you got to spend real money again, unfortunately. Even like Elite Tuners cars, the second you make one of those Elite Tuners purple stars, it goes from key crates for parts to paid crates. So if you're doing your Elite Tuners cars, you don't want to make them purple star until you've got the parts you want for it, because you will have to pay for the crates afterwards, which really sucks. Kenny, what's going to get destroyed? The 21C rattlesnake thingy-dingy? Cordell says, I got the Charger Tusk from the Showdown with the Patriarch. Awesome, buddy. The Charger Tusk is pretty cool. Later today, I'm going to be working on figuring out the best shift patterns and stuff for the new Audi. And I'm going to try and get one out for that Mustang as well. So hopefully I'll be able to get both of those done today if everything works out. Today and tomorrow at least. That's my goal for today and tomorrow. Max, you out of here? If so, have a great day. Ah, cool. Creeper said I got my account back at the moment. That's always good, actually. Black Phantom, hello, hello. How's your day going, my man? Captain Lightning. Oh, Kenny, I think... Oh, wait a second. You're saying you're going to need a purple and a golden star car for that event. Is that what you're saying? They're going to make you have both? If that's the case, I mean... That's bad. I hope you're not saying what I think you're saying, because if that's what you're saying, that's going to piss a lot of people off. That will piss a lot of people off. That's how you make players leave the game, is by making them feel like you're... I don't know. That does not sound like a good move on their part, honestly. I hope you're wrong about that. Man. I'm sorry. I've been kind of... I don't know. I gotta pee again. I don't know why, but when I gotta pee, I gotta pee. I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't have a overactive bladder. Alright, I'm back. So what Kitty's saying really makes me wonder, how much longer are we going to be able to play this game without having to spend money to do every single thing? Are they going to start charging money to get into a live racing lobby? Are they going to start charging money? You know what I mean? It feels like we're slowly on the road to that point where they're going to try and charge you for everything. So he's saying you're going to need 2 Purple Star cars, 2 Purple Star 21Cs to do an event in the future. I mean, pretty soon. I don't know. Jay, what's up, man? Unfortunately, if your account's on Android or iOS, you can't switch from one to the other. The only hope you have is maybe contact game support and ask if there's a possibility they could switch the account over for you, but my understanding is they don't actually do that anymore, so I don't know. Yeah, Kenny, I think I got you there. You need the normal one and the new rattlesnake one, both purple stars. I don't know, I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, I forgot to turn the screen back on. This has been a great game for years. I mean, I hope they don't... I hope they don't turn it into not a great game anymore. We'll see what happens. But no, a lot of the stuff they're doing is just kind of like, lately, doesn't seem great for the players at all. I'm pretty sure CSR2 is going to be a very, very, very expensive game. And I think they're trying to turn this into one as well. But no, if they're doing stuff like that, I really feel like they're going to lose all of their players. They're going to kill off the players. That's not good. I mean, as somebody who's running a game, you don't want to lose your players. You want to keep your players happy. Green Viper says, Art 4 is a joke. I mean, Art 4 is just another regular expensive event, unfortunately. One thing about this game, the bigger paid events have always been what they are. Nothing's really changed with them, but it sounds like they're going to try and change that as well. They're just bringing out more paid stuff more often is what they're doing, but it sounds like they're also going to try and make it more expensive to do the events in the future, which is crazy because it's already going to cost somebody several $100 to finish an event. Unless they've already got all the cars or something. I don't know. Green Viper says, I got the second fastest car in the game and I can't break 800. Did you have it upgraded? George says, the amount of game cash and real money needed for the game is crazy. It is. That's why I skipped most of the bigger events. I don't know. We'll see how she goes. We'll see how she goes. I love this game, but man, I don't like some of the stuff they're doing lately, I'll tell you. I really don't. I mean, they basically said they weren't planning on shutting this game down anytime soon, but if they drive enough players away and people stop playing the game, then it probably will shut down, is the scary part. The bad part, if they keep things the way they are, and they're still going to keep a huge player base on this game, but if they just make it 10 times more expensive, they're going to lose everybody. Stacks, thank you, buddy. I don't know. It's depressing to think about. Granddad's crew is recruiting, guys. He's trying to find some new members. Kenny says, in the red showdown, you'll only be able to use the Copo Camaro. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, the showdowns used to be a lot more fair. Like, the way the showdowns are, there's probably, like, when there is a prize car. I don't know, they've made a lot of changes lately, and they haven't been in the player's benefit. I'm getting grumpy. You're making me grumpy, Kenny. You're ruining my day now. It's not your fault, though, but that's the thing, like, even the showdowns have gotten harder to do. They're just making everything harder and harder and harder and more expensive. Yeah, I mean, 1,400 is definitely a lot of points. 1,200 was doable. 1,400 is really hard unless you have a really fast car. 1,200 wasn't that bad in the past. I mean, it's still a bit. It wasn't like a little teeny tiny amount or anything, but 1,200 was pretty doable for most people. 1,400 is a little high, but they've been kind of changing the type of cars that are available. That's the other problem with the showdowns. But yeah, you almost have to have the Apex car now. Before, you didn't have to have it. You just had to have one of the decent cars. Now it's like, if you don't have the Apex car, you're going to be way behind. I just don't like where they're going with all these changes. Yeah, I mean, a tier 4 car is never gonna, like Kenny says, they're putting the tier 4 cars up against the tier 5 cars. It's nice that they put a couple of lower tier cars in there just for the people who don't have like a higher tier car, but those tier 4 cars are never gonna make it. Those will never make it anywhere, honestly. Darker Knight says, I do showdowns now for years, and I always end up at 1,700 through 1,900 trophies. Not bad. I would say I usually end up somewhere between 1,500 and 1,700, but not lately. Not lately. Lately, I'm lucky to hit 12 to 14. Like, even, I mean, I used to be able to take my Super Snake into a showdown and do pretty well with it. Lately, when they put the Super Snake in there, it's not doing that good, so I don't know, it's just rough. It's rough what they've got going on with those, honestly. William D says, plus the blue Showdown prize cars are a paywall. That is pretty much the case nowadays. Kenny says, I'm going to say it and part of life, like the game keeps adding new cars. I mean, it's good to keep adding new cars, but it's bad that they make it more expensive. That's the problem. William D says, maybe the Mustang GT on the last day of Max. I mean, I would imagine that the Mustang GT should be able to get the prize car. I don't think my Super Snake is going to make it, but I do think the Mustang GT will make it. I think he'll be able to get there with the Mustang GT. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it. Melon says, smash the like button, guys. We would definitely appreciate that. Kenny, you think we're going to get a Civic Type R as an Elite Tuners car? That would be cool. That would be really cool, actually. Now that's something I would actually like to see in the game. That'd be awesome. Miguel says, hit the like button. Yeah, if you don't mind, hit that like button. We would appreciate that big time. Thank you, thank you. All right. Yeah, we only got a couple more minutes left on the stream. Stacks, thanks for giving me some game cash there, buddy. I appreciate that. That is very nice of you. He's got the Ruffian Mustang 70. That's a cool car. Very cool car. Kenny, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I would love to see a Civic tuner, actually. A 2017 Civic, though. I wish they would do like a 1998 Civic. I love the Civic hatchbacks, but the new Civic Type R's, those are pretty sweet as well. I think I've only seen one of those in real life. I did see somebody in a Civic Type R once in real life. It was pretty sweet. Oh no. William D says the Mustang GT is a maybe. I mean, a 7.0 car should probably be able to do it. I would hope. I mean, no guarantees, but you definitely got a possibility, in my opinion. I think you got a good chance. William D said, I'd love to see a Frankenstein Civic. I don't think he would fit in a Civic, William D. I don't think Frankenstein would fit in a little tiny Honda Civic. He was pretty tall, man. Darker Knight, yeah, the next tuner should be a Lamborghini. I think it was some sort of a Huracan, if I remember correctly. It's amazing that they put stuff in the game files that far ahead, actually. You'd think they would have all of that on like a separate test server, and they wouldn't add it till later, but it's kind of crazy. I'm just surprised they actually add those into the files that far ahead. I don't really know how like game development works, so. William D says a Frankenstein Civic is a B18 motor and a B16 body and transmission. He also says I'm silly. Do you guys think I'm silly? I'm not silly, am I? I would never act silly. I don't know what you're talking about. Kenny, do you know if the DeLorean's going to be 20 bucks or in a gold crate? It probably doesn't say, does it? I got a bad feeling they're going to put it in the gold crate. That's what I'm scared of. I got a really bad feeling. 20 bucks? If it's 20 bucks, I'll buy it. But if it's in a gold crate, probably not. Because I'd really like to get it, honestly. DeLoreans are really cool. William D says for 20, I'll buy it. Kenny, thanks for the info, my friend. Stacks, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it, my man. That was fun. That was fun. Ooh, I ranked up too. Look at that. 25 big, whopping, gigantic bronze keys. For hitting rank whatever I just hit. Good prize, right? Green Viper says, Danny, I'm where'd it go? Green Viper says, I'm running the Ring Brothers Mach 1 Patriarch maxed and can't pass 800 trophies. What gives? I would check your tune and your shift pattern. I mean, look how many trophies I have with my crappy car. Hold on a second. I think I'm around 800. Yeah, I'm at 824 with a car that's running like, I don't know, 8.2s or something. Let me see what mine's running. I think it's like 8.2s, 8.3s. But I mean, if you got that car and you have enough parts on it, it should be doing awesome. I'm not really sure how you can't beat 800. I would double check and make sure you got enough fusion parts in it or something, because I don't know. It should be. What's mine running? I mean, I hit 800. Two, one, go. But yeah, I mean, that car just smoked me. I'm running like 7.6s, and I broke 800. So yeah, I mean, that car is running 6.7s. I mean, if you got one of these, you must need to do something different to the car, because that's the fastest car available right there. Like, something must be off with your car. I don't know if it's the tune or the shift pattern, or maybe you forgot to add a few fusions somewhere, but... But there's got to be something going on that's not right with it. That car is... Hold on a second. What's the world record time on this car? Let's look. I'm going to try and find it really quick. .698 is the world record time, so I don't know. You should be able to make it if you got it maxed out. I would definitely check your tune and your shift pattern. I mean, something has to be off somewhere. I wish I knew what to tell you, but that car should be killing it. Unless you got it on stage 5. I mean, stage 5 isn't maxed out. Some people will say a stage 5 car is maxed, but it's not. You got to have all the stage 6, all the fusions, plus your tune and shift pattern has to be on point. But we are our stream time is about up for the day. I need to make some breakfast, and I got to work on some shift pattern videos. So today is what, Sunday? Yeah, today's Sunday. Do I think that you could beat the Indy truck? I don't know what time the DeLorean's actually going to run. I mean, right now the Indy truck is the fastest car in the game, running 6.5s. So the Indy truck's fastest recorded time appears to be a 6.511. But we don't really know what time the DeLorean's going to run. So there's a very small chance they could make it the fastest car in the game. I'm not counting on it, but there is a possibility. So we're basically going to have to wait till enough people get a hold of the car and somebody figures out the fastest shift pattern. But if it's in the 6.6s, it's not going to beat the thing. But we don't know if anybody's figured out the best setup for the car yet. So we'll see how she goes. We shall see how she goes. But anyways, I mean, I just want to say thank you guys for coming out. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to try and make a quick adjustment on something and see if my voice is cutting in and out right now. I'm playing with a noise gate. Alright, so I'm going to talk really soft and see if my voice is cutting in and out. I want to get my noise gate set up to remove as much background noise as possible. Alright, so I'm talking really quietly. Yeah, that'll work, I think. Let me talk in a normal voice now. I'm going to clack my keyboard next to the microphone and see if it picks it up. I think it's still picking it up. Oh well. I'm trying to use the noise gate to cut out the keyboard sounds, but That's always hard to get it to work well for that. Let me give it a little more range. Nope, that's not fixing it. That's all right. Like a noise gate, when you stop talking, it will reduce all the background sound, but it's really hard to get it to cancel out a noisy keyboard. Anyways, I just want to say thank you all for coming out. I definitely appreciate it. You guys and gals are amazing. Thank you for being here. I think that's going to be it for the day. But I'll be back on Friday and Sunday. Now, it's one of these days, I don't know what day it is, but I do have a doctor's appointment coming up sometime in March, so I don't know what time or day, so hopefully that won't affect one of my live streams. But sometimes when you have to go to a specialist or something, you have to take whatever time they give you, because I had to schedule this appointment like 8 months in advance, so yeah. These doctors suck. Yeah, hello, I'd like to make an appointment. Oh yeah, well, because the soonest we can get you in is like 8 months. You're like, you're kidding me. These specialists are terrible. Doctor, I think I'm dying. Okay, well, come in a year from now and we'll check you out, you know? That's about what it's like. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're dying, but we can get you in a year. These freaking doctors, man. It's crazy. Like, normal doctors are easy to get into, but when you have to go to a specialist for something, they're ridiculous. It's usually like at least a 2 or a 3 months wait, sometimes an 8 or a 9 month wait. It's crazy. Anyways, I will catch you guys later. Thank you and have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time. Lightning out. See ya.